Oh my god. What did I just watch? What did I just witness? Bleach. The Thousand Year Blood War, the Calamity, episode 45. What did I just witness? What in the generational run did I just witness? Yo, I don't want to see, I don't want to hear no conversation of people talking about that Bleach doesn't belong in the big three. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear no Orihime slander because, oh my god, ever since I got into like the internet, I've been seeing people slander Orihime non-stop, and I've always been confused. Why? Now, with this latest episode, I don't want to hear no beep. Zip it. If you're gonna talk bad about Orihime, zip it. Now we're gonna talk about the episode because holy hell, Kubo, did you cook? Studio period? No. Period films? Y'all went above and beyond. Let's talk about it. First of all, shout out to the animator. Shout out to Kubo for giving Chad a screen time to do something, bro. I've been crying about Chad. Like, he's genuinely one of those characters that I've wanted to see his power fleshed out because it is so unique. It is so intriguing, bro. Like, we don't know its potential, but we know that it's there. Because, holy God, there was a great way to start an episode. But, other than that, what are the sauciest, what are the crispiest bankais we've ever heard in Bleach? Yes, I know that I'm glazing, but holy damn, Ichigo, Ichigo, oh my god, what was that form? Blood chain bankai? What about the Horn of Salvation? Yo, I'm no manga reader, but I remember that panel, the Horn of Salvation. I remember that panel, and I remember the panels that follow after that. But this, an anime only? Mind you, Kubo was there in just like the production and the direction of the episodes, and basically the mostly of like the Thousand Year Blood War. He was heavily involved. So thank you, Kubo, for this. Like Kubo was definitely rushed in the manga at that time. That is why like Bleach basically kind of like stopped airing, kind of like abruptly ended. Even the manga, kind of abruptly ended because he didn't get to do a lot of things. So basically, that is something that everybody knows. But I'm genuinely happy to see him include the things that he always wanted to include in the manga, in the anime. This basically gives everybody who's read the manga and anime onlys a whole new experience. Cause holy damn, cause like just imagine you're an anime only and somebody says, "Oh yeah, I know what's going to happen in the next episode." Then boom, you watch the episode and you're just like, "Oh my god, oh my god." Then you're gonna go and talk to the person who read the manga about the episode. They're gonna look at you crazy. They're gonna look at you crazy because the manga readers didn't know this. It was genuinely one of the biggest bankais I've seen. One of the greatest, one of the biggest Getsuka Tenshos I've seen Ichigo pull out on his arsenal. Cause oh my god. Yo, y'all gonna have to forgive me for screaming because this was a generational episode. The arsenal for Ichigo just keeps on expanding because with the blood chain Bankai, there was a new whole form. He got two horns and his sword was kind of different. But you can definitely see that it's low-key a combination of Zangetsu and the Hollow from you know when he was fighting Ukiura. It was a combination. But holy damn, this nigga can make clones? He was making clones. He was flash dapping, and when he moved, he left a clone. He was speed blitzing Yuhaba. He was going crazy on his own. God, please go watch the episode because my explanation doesn't do it justice. It genuinely doesn't do it justice. And moon, a crescent moon gets Tencho? Yo, I swear to God, this episode was wallpaper worthy. You can screenshot basically the whole episode, and it's going to be one of the greatest wallpapers you've ever gotten. Cause holy damn. Okay, in terms of like Bleach, it does a good job in the visual storytelling. That is one thing that I love about Bleach. It doesn't go above and beyond in terms of telling you like the story and the themes in like explanations. No, it does a good job in the symbolism. Ichigo gaining like the blood chain Bankai and his Getsuga Tensho being like the crescent moon, it just speaks volume on just like the theme that Bleach is all about. By that I mean it like the crescent moon like Getsuga Tensho or that attack and the whole Ichigo's theme is heavily complemented by none other than Orihime, my girl, the MVP. Oh my god, bro. What numbers has she put in Thousand Year Battle, especially against one of the top tiers in Bleach, Yuhaba? Orihime symbolizes the sun, right? Her power rejects, if like it rejects phenomena, and all that. You're telling me that Orihime was able to reject Yuhaba from existence? What in the actual hell? She is one of the most brokenest characters in Bleach. Cause oh my god, like I'm just gonna keep saying again, my explanation doesn't do this episode justice. It doesn't do the message that Bleach carries because I'm not good in that explanation. If I need to explain, I need to write it down. I have notes, backup, but in this video, I just want to hype up this episode because holy damn. Seeing Orihime reject Ichigo's death and reject her death, it was one of the craziest things I've seen. Time and time again, Yuhaba stabs them, kills them. Orihime rejects that reality. She rejects that course of action. She just kept on standing up, wanting that power, asking herself, why am I so weak? Why am I always the one protected? Ichigo fighting for his life, fighting to protect. But Yuhaba is one of the craziest obstacles. He's that obstacle. He is that shadow that looms over them, that looms over Ichigo. He tries and tries time and time again. He gets defeated. He gets killed. But Orihime is there to reject that phenomena, to reject that reality that Ichigo is dying, that Ichigo is dead. It was a phenomenal episode. Yohaba shifting his focus to Orihime. Orihime is still rejecting the reality that she has died. She kept asking herself, why am I so weak? Why do I need to be protected all of the time? Why can I not protect the people that I love, the people that I cherish, my friends, my loved ones? And oh my god, did the episode, did the direction do it justice? We saw Orihime go above and beyond. She got one of the craziest power ups. A power up to deflect one of Yuhaba's strongest attacks we've seen so far. Even Ichigo was struggling after gaining that Bankai, that new form. He was struggling to stop those said attacks. But Orihime was able to reject them, to deflect those attacks, and in turn sacrifice herself in order to protect Ichigo, in order to erase Yuhaba. It was phenomenal. What peak storytelling? I'm gonna say it again. My explanation doesn't do the episode justice. Kubo, I just want to thank you for blessing us with Bleach. because oh my god, I know that a lot of people were talking crazy about Orihime, talking about oh my god, she for the fan service, she doesn't do anything, she always gets saved. Kobo wrote it per- on purpose for this sole reason, for this sole moment. Now, this is what I call, or should I say, in my opinion, great character development. Because she went from being a normal girl to wanting to protect the, the people that are important to her, to now showing us that she has the power to protect the sad people, her loved ones, the people that she cherishes, and reject courses of action, realities that threaten that threaten the people, the lives of the people that she cherishes. It was beautiful. Now, Yohaba has been one of the craziest villains we've seen so far in Bleach. I know that a lot of people love to say that Aizen, has been one of the greatest villains we've seen in Bleach, but Yohaba, the articulation in his plans, come on, bro. He has been nothing but villainous. Okay, not villainous, as in the villainous trope, but I'm just saying that he has been a great villain, just wanting to rule over the three worlds. That is crazy. Stealing the power of the Soul King, the soul basis that basically holds the three worlds from collapsing. Wanting that power and wanting to reform these three worlds, that was just crazy. But not too much on Yohaba. I just wanted to give my honest thoughts on the episode and just the message behind it, because this might be one of the most well directed Bleach episodes in Thousand Year Blood War we've seen so far, because it was beautiful from start to finish. You would swear this was a movie. This was movie level. Like, there's a lot that you can say about this movie, but my honest thoughts is just that Orihime did her thing, bro. Orihime is genuinely one of the greatest female characters we've gotten in Bleach. I know that might be a crazy take, but in my way, let me just try to correct myself. Kobo has written his women characters very well. Kobo, in that regard, is able to write. I don't know why people say that Bleach doesn't have good writing. The writing is there. It's just the visual storytelling. You need to pay attention. Even the designs themselves tell a story. Even ornaments, necklaces, transformations, swords, the names, everything has a meaning in Bleach. Nothing is just there. Everything has a meaning behind it. And if you dive deep into the Bleach lore and just try to learn and understand it, you would see that this is a bigger world than you've ever imagined. So, with all that said, this was one of the greatest episodes of Bleach I've seen in Thousand Year Blood War so far. And I can definitely say that in all of Bleach entirety, because I thought that The Blade is Me was one of the greatest episodes, but Kobo said no. You will see more. I can do better, because even The Blade is Me, it had me crying. It genuinely had me crying. But I do suggest that you should check out the manga. You should revisit the anime, because Kobo is one of the craziest foreshadowers out there. Like all the authors that love foreshadowing. Because just like I said, Ichigo using Flash Step to create clones of himself, I thought that was new. But well, it wasn't new. We've saw it before. It was used by old man Zangetsu when he was training Ichigo. The more that you learn, the more that you know. So don't forget to like, comment, and hit the little subscribe button for more, videos about anything. But I'm just saying that this was one of the pickiest episodes of Bleach that I've seen, and I loved it. It genuinely deserved a 10 out of 10 rating. Orihime, she did her part. She was the MVP of the episode. She stole the show. It was peak. Let's see what the new episode, the upcoming episode, is holding for us, especially after witnessing this phenomenal play. We'll just have to see. And I haven't forgotten about Uryu. Uryu was also putting numbers, you know, but that is for another video. So, peace.